Eric Thompson, better known under his ring name Rick Viktor, is a Canadian professional wrestler. He is currently signed to WWE, where he is working in their developmental branch WWE NXT under the ring name Viktor. As part of the Ascension, he is one of the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions of all time, and he is also a former Florida Tag Team Champion with Brad Maddox. He previously worked as Apoc for Ohio Valley Wrestling, where he was a two-time OVW Heavyweight Champion. Professional wrestling career, independent circuit. Thompson began his career in the Hart Dungeon, under the teachings of Bruce and Ross Hart. He also received training under Tokyo Joe. He started working for Stampede Wrestling in 2001 as Bishop, later to be renamed Apocalypse, which he continued to work as until 2008. In Stampede Wrestling, he won the North American Heavyweight Championship. He also held the International Tag Team Championship twice with partner Dave Swift. He did a tour with New Japan Pro Wrestling as The Shadow in November-December 2003. In his first match, he teamed with Scott Norton against Josh Barnett and Hiroyoshi Tenzan. He also had matches with Manabu Nakanishi and Tenzan. In addition, he teamed with Norton frequently on the tour. Apoc would debut under the name Apocalypse for Derby City Wrestling in a 30-man battle royal, which would be won by Electrico. Apocalypse would team up with Albarum to take part in the DCW Tag Team Title Tournament but were defeated by Damian Adams and Jimena Livencia in the first round. Apocalypse got to the final of the DCW Championship Tournament but would lose to Big Cat. For the rest of 2008, Apocalypse would form multiple tag teams with Khan Alexander, Vaughn Leelas and Fang. On January 16, 2008, Apoc would debut under his new name Eric Doom and lost to Justin LaRouche. He would continue to lose most of his matches, which is customary in nearly all wrestling promotions. Doom and Khan Alexander lost to Los Locos in a match for the OVW Southern Tag Team Championship. He went back to his old name, Apocalypse, before being renamed Apoc in late spring. On May 21, Apoc took on Nick Dinsmore for the OVW Heavyweight Championship but lost. Apoc teamed with Vaughn Leelas for several months before winning the OVW Southern Tag Team Championship from Daryl Kelly and Josh Lowry. The team would lose the titles to Dirty Money and Scott Cardinal in a championship versus $1,000 match. After the loss, the team would split and the two began feuding for the OVW Heavyweight Championship, which Vaughn was currently holding. In February, Apoc beat Vaughn for the championship and would hold it for 2 months before losing it to Vaughn once again and regaining the championship in May. He would go on to lose the championship to Low Rider. While wrestling in Canada in 2010, Apoc primarily wrestled for WFX Wrestling and Prairie Wrestling Alliance. He took on Jack Sloan for the PWA Canadian Heavyweight Championship twice but failed both times. He formed a stable with Kevin Thorne and Gangrel and took part in WFX Tag Team Championship Tournament but went out in the first round. He would go on to feud with the PWA Mayhem champion Randy Myers. After losing a few times, Apoc defeated Myers in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the championship. WWE Developmental Territories. In February 2011, Thompson signed a developmental contract with WWE and was assigned to their developmental territory Florida Championship Wrestling under the ring name Rick Viktor. Viktor made his televised in-ring debut for on the May 29, 2011 episode of FCW TV, teaming with Leo Kruger in a loss to Hunico and Epico. On the July 31 episode of FCW TV, Viktor challenged Seth Rollins for his FCW 15 championship, but was defeated. From April to May 2012, Viktor formed an association with the Anti-Divas. At a FCW Live event on June 16, 2012, Viktor defeated Seth Rollins to win the FCW Florida Heavyweight Championship for the first time. Immediately afterwards, he lost the title to Bo Dallas in another match. He regained the title from Dallas at another FCW Live event on July 13, 2012, making him a 2-time champion. He lost the title to Richie Steamboat a week later. On July 28, 2012, Viktor won the Florida Tag Team Championship with Brad Maddox. When WWE rebranded its developmental territory, FCW, into NXT Wrestling, Viktor's NXT television debut took place on the first episode of the rebooted WWE NXT taped at Full Sail University, where he lost to Bo Dallas. On the July 12 episode of NXT, Viktor confronted and slapped the NXT champion, Seth Rollins, leading to Rollins facing and defeating Viktor in a non-title match on the July 19, 2012 NXT. Viktor resurfaced nearly a year later in NXT when he became Conor O'Brien's partner in the Ascension on September 12. The Ascension defeated Adrian Neville and Corey Graves to win the NXT Tag Team Championship. On November 10, O'Brien and Viktor's ring names were changed to simply Conor and Viktor, respectively. On February 27, 2014 at NXT Arrival, he and Conor successfully defended their championships against Too Cool, repeating the feat on May 29 at NXT TakeOver, against El Local and Kalisto. Viktor alongside Conor made his main roster debut on the September 9, 2014 edition of WWE Main Event, with the duo defeating Los Matadors in a tag team match to promote their title defense against the team of Kalisto and Sin Cara at the NXT TakeOver, Fatal 4-Way event. He and Conor would go on to lose the match and their title to Kalisto and Sin Cara. Later at the event the Ascension attacked the debuting Hideo Itami, but were driven off. The following week they again attacked Itami after he wrestled his first NXT match. On the September 25 NXT Conor and Viktor lost a rematch to the Lucha Dragons after Hideo Itami showed up on stage, distracting Conor. In wrestling, finishing moves, Canadian Lifter/Psycho Crusher, FCW. With Conor O'Brien, Fall of Man/Flying European Uppercut combination. Managers, Page. Entrance music, Hell's Army by Neil Acree and Robert Anthony Navarro, Let Battle Commence by Daniel Nielsen, Rebellion by CFO Dollar. Championships and accomplishments, Florida Championship Wrestling, FCW Florida Heavyweight Championship, FCW Florida Tag Team Championship a Euro with Brad Maddox. NXT Wrestling, NXT Tag Team Championship a Euro with Conor. Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW Heavyweight Championship, OVW Southern Tag Team Championship a Euro with Vaughn Leelers. Prairie Wrestling Alliance, PWA Heavyweight Championship, PWA Mayhem Championship. Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI ranked him number 128 of the 500 best singles wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 2014. Stampede Wrestling, Stampede Wrestling International Tag Team Championship a Euro with Dave Swift, Stampede North American Heavyweight Championship. References. External links, FCW profile, APOC on Twitter, Cage Match profile.